very much. Yes, that's the mold of a man that we need more of today. A man that's a man and stands up for his country, speaks eloquently, and knows what's going on.
Like so!
But, for those of you that didn't really hear what happened today, I just want to recap that before, as we're waiting here. Again, I got to listen in, and all I heard over there was excuses as I listened in. Basically, they said they can't hold this anywhere else. I can tell you that's a lie, okay? They can't hold that rally somewhere else where we're welcome. Instead, they're going to hold it, apparently they are, again, specifically excluding us, and knowing that there are people out there that this upsets greatly that are important, should be important to them. Their platform talks about gun rights. They get elected, a lot of them get elected because gun owners are going out and trusting them to bear the torch. Like I said, I only see two parties, pro-gun and anti-gun.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line. I don't care about anything else. And we've seen that wash of where you really can't tell what party. You can kind of close your eyes and try to guess. Geez, is he a Republican, a Democrat? I don't know. Can't decide. One time there was a little bit more difference. There isn't. It's all kind of melding together into this mushy middle. And it's, with our rights, you can't mush them together. The rights have to stand strong. If we don't have our rights, we don't have much else. We don't have, that's the foundation. That's what lets us do what we want to do, become what we want to become, hand our children a future that they would look forward to. But that is something you have to fight for continuously. It drives me crazy, but that seems to be human nature, that you've got those that they're in power and they're there for power. They're not there to serve us. There are some. There are very few out there, but there are some that are what I call statesmen. And there's a big difference between being a statesman like George Washington and being a politician. A politician is just somebody that, could be shining shoes the next week. They're not really in this for us. They're in this for them. And I always think of a story that was related to me about a true story that happened. Another lobbyist told me this about a politician at the General Assembly. He'd never had anybody run against him. And suddenly he had somebody running against him. And this man that was normally pretty stoic, he apparently broke down in tears. He couldn't handle the pressure of having somebody running against him for fear he would lose his power. And that's not a joke. For the wrong kind of person, power is like cocaine for them. They can't lose it. They've got to keep it no matter what they have to sell to get it. And one philosophy I've heard, Dennis O'Connor's father has a philosophy that kind of took us both aback at first, but his philosophy, the more I thought about it, the more Dennis and I thought about this, the more we started to look at it going, wow, there's something to this. His policy is every 4 years he votes against whoever's in there, just to get them out so they don't become entrenched and we vote somebody new in.
Let's make your
there's really some wisdom there. This shouldn't be an occupation for these people, because if it's an occupation and you've got to worry about dollars and cents coming in, that's going to influence what you do. Bruce is on the board of directors. He's running the fulfillment center right now, so for getting out things that people order, dealing with various VCDL things. It's a very busy task. Dennis O'Connor, those of you familiar with Dennis and all of his antics that he's pulled over the years. And let's see, we have Al Steed. Where are you at, Al? Maybe Al went up front. John Fender is on the board. He's from our Tidewater area. Dennis O'Connor and I are both from Central Virginia. And from the Fredericksburg, Spotsylvania area is where Bruce is from. So and Al Steed, I guess who stepped away, he's from Roanoke. So we've got good coverage there. And so anyhow, I want to thank everybody, and we made a difference. I'm sure we're going to be on the news. VCDL will have coverage of this. We're getting some professional photography, as you've seen, done here. You've seen some of the other stuff that's been done for the group, like Lobby Day, all the really great video. So there'll be good video of this. Hopefully there'll be video on the inside of them tap dancing about the message we sent them today. And at this point, I would like to introduce somebody that those of you that live in the Richmond area is a voice of freedom, somebody that is on the radio that calls it the way it is. And whatever the subject is, he looks at it, and he looks at it from an angle of our liberties and freedoms. He's lately been just pulling his hair out over the government, because if we all have, it's just one thing after another, be it guns or be it other things. Our focus is guns, but there's a lot of stuff going on, as we all know, and it's Doc Thompson has been a real boon to freedom in the area. He's on a powerful radio station, WRVA, reaches, I forget what the wattage is, but it's a big time radio station, and it gets out 50,000. It's a 50,000 watt station. And it's incredible. And I want to thank Doc for agreeing to come out here, and I will turn the microphone over to him.
Welcome, my fellow Bitterler Clingers. We'll do the abbreviated version here, because I'm sure everybody wants to get in, break bread, and get a little bit warm. How about that? I do have to say thank you to everybody. First of all, thank you to all of you for coming out, and thank you for being proud supporters of freedom. I can't stress that enough, because when you're supporting freedom and you're doing whatever it is you're doing to stand up for freedom, whether it's coming out to a rally, you're connecting with like-minded people, you're doing research on the internet, you're spreading it around, you're fighting for my freedom too. You're doing some of the work for me, so thank you for doing the work for me. Thank you. Give yourselves a round of applause. Thank you to the VCDL. I got to tell you, I cannot say enough good things about the Virginia Citizens Defense League. I am so happy to have gotten to know some of the members, Phil Van Cleve and Dennis, some of the other people, tremendous people who, again, are doing the work for you. They are out there fighting for the Second Amendment. And is there anything so wonderful as standing up for the Bill of Rights? God bless you guys. Thank you. It's funny, I was at right near here, I was at a Republican breakfast for Henrico County over the summer. And I think I even mentioned the Virginia Citizens Defense League, or one of the members of the crowd mentioned, they were like, oh, those guys, something like that. And I couldn't understand, I'm like, he's working for you too, you dumbass. You don't have to like him, but he's working for you. They're doing your job, man. So thank you so much. I also have to say thank you to all of you, because as of next weekend, I will have been a Virginian for 2 years. I'm very proud of that, and I got to tell you, when I first moved here, I thought, okay, I'll go to town, hopefully I can grow what I do a little bit, but I had no idea that I would find home. I really had no idea that I would find the place that I want to be. And part of that, I think, is probably most of it has to do with you. Hooking up with similar people who understand what it means to be a free American. So thank you all so much. If you look at what's happened over the last couple of years, I think that kind of helped all of us come together. So that's an unfortunate way to come together, but at least we're here. So thank you all so much. Thank you, Virginia Citizens Defense